Hi, everyone. I am your host, owner, and creator of The Mix. Welcome to my channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As you can see from the title of this video, what this video is going to be about. Yes, Mr. Tory Lanez. Tory sentencing is scheduled for Monday, April the 17th. And I believe the motion for a new trial may be reviewed by the judge as well. But before I continue with my commentary and opinion about this matter, I need for you all to like, share, subscribe to The Mix, like, share, subscribe to my channel. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you for those who are passing by digitally. However, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and click the subscription button and also the notification bell for everyone. That way you will be in tune and connected with all the content I drop on my channel, whether it be in my community section, whether it be my videos, whether it be my shorts. So go ahead, like, share, subscribe, and also comment. Let's engage in the comment section. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because I'm going to go over some things regarding the Tory Lanez, not trial, the Tory Lanez motion for a new trial, my predictions, and also with his attorney, David Kenner, no longer being on the case. Not sure why, but I finally found evidence that David Kenner is no longer on the case. So I want to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Here we go. As you can see, according to UrbanIslandZ.com, Tory Lanez hires new attorneys, files for new trial in the MTS case. This was posted on March 30th. However, what stuck out to me was this by attorney Baez law firm. This is official evidence. I'm the type of person, everyone, who likes to gather receipts, evidence, supporting documentation to go with the facts. So one of my viewers or subscribers, I think they pointed out that David Kenner was no longer on the case, and that was unbeknownst to myself. And I was shocked because David Kenner, he's the one that he ended up getting the sentencing pushed back. He ended up getting the gag order lifted. He was moving the needle in this, and he was first chair. But as you can see, according to Jose Baez law firm, he quotes, "I'm happy to announce to all of those interested in justice that today my attorneys, Jose Baez and Matthew Bahama, filed my motion for a new trial." And this is quoting, I guess, Baez law firm or Tory's team. Looks like Tory's team. Additionally, due to a scheduling conflict, David Kenner will no longer be part of my defense team. So they're citing scheduling conflict. I would like to thank Mr. Kenner for his hard work and wise counsel. Jose Baez will continue to represent me as first chair and Matthew Bahama as second chair. So it looks like this was probably crafted with Jose Baez and Tory Lanez team. So there you have it. And I am like still surprised because David Kenner, like I stated in my opinion, and if you go to my video section of my channel, you'll see that I did a video, a breakdown on Tory Lanez attorneys. David Kenner, well, now his former attorney, because he's no longer representing Tory Lanez, and he was the lead attorney. I did a breakdown on David Kenner, Jose Baez, also Matthew Bahama. So, and it's very important that whatever type of case you're involved in, whether, especially if you are on the opposing side, that you conduct your due diligence and try to hire the best legal counsel as possible. It could possibly make a huge difference in the outcome of your case if you do that in the beginning. If you go to my video section, I broke down ways to search for an attorney and conduct your due diligence, meaning research the attorney, check their record with the ARDC, and that's Attorney Registration Disciplinary Committee, see if they're active, see the reviews on the attorneys, their Google, check their client lists in terms of uh, possibly high profile clients, and also outcomes. Outcomes. Are they the type of attorney that likes to settle all the time? Does the attorney have trial experience? Meaning, if it has to go to trial, are they competent and well equipped enough and skilled enough to take your case to trial and have a high chance of a successful outcome in your favor? But yeah, so there you have it with that. With this, I wanted to go over this because this is confirmation. And thank you again to the person who commented that under one of my previous videos on Tory Lanez, basically stating that Mr. David Kenner, he was the head attorney. He used to be Snoop Dogg's attorney. He was actually attorney for the entire death row back in the late 90s, early 2000s, death row records. So go back to that video and you'll get a breakdown on that. So, and David Kenner is incredibly skilled. He's a veteran and I think he's 80 plus years old, but he's very competent and he's very thorough and he's very, his accolades in the legal industry is highly regarded by his peers, by judges, etc. So I hate to see that this is came to that scheduling conflict. That's what they state. So it is what it is. But I'm confident Jose Baez and Matthew Bahama will be able to move the needle even more. Hopefully, prayerfully, with a more favorable outcome for Tory Lanez. So there you have it with that. Okay, now I want to go into. I'm going to share another screen with you guys. Stop sharing this. I'm going to share another screen with you all. And it's basically post-trial motions. I'm going to go into that. And again, Monday, April 17th, 2023, is the motion for new trial sentencing. It's supposed to be sentencing, but most post-trial motions have been filed, meaning that post-trial motions after a guilty verdict is handed down by either a jury or a judge. And in this case, Tory's case, during his trial, the jury decided his fate. And that was a guilty verdict, unfortunately. How did they come to that? I have no idea. But hey, so let me share my other screen with you guys because I want to go into my thoughts. What should we expect for Monday? What should we expect? You know what? I really can't confirm or deny what we should possibly expect, but I can give more predictions, more legal predictions based on my experience in this industry, based on my knowledge, based on my education. So let me share another screen with you all. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is the Department of Justice website. Google what the Department of Justice is. I really don't have time to break down everything. This is legal process. As you can see over here on this side, this is how a normal case starts off. Investigation, meaning the investigation actually comes from the police. The police officers, law enforcement sends it to the state's attorney, district attorney, the prosecutors for investigation. Then they end up charging the alleged criminal or defendant. Then you go into hearing and arraignment. Then you go into discovery, especially if you take it into trial. And between here, they're always going to start throwing plea bargains at you too. Here and here, they start off with plea bargains. Trust me, they talk. Based on my experience, plea bargains will start after arraignment. So plea bargains. Then you have the preliminary hearing. Then they're preparing pretrial motions. So you have motions presented to the judge before trial. trying to throw the case out, probably with a motion for a new trial, not motion for a new trial, a motion of I think that's called I forgot the motion to uh, to throw the case out, something like that. And then you have, if the judge denies that, say no, you have to go to trial. And if there's not a plea deal that's reached, then it's going to trial. And that's what happened in this case. Tory went to trial and he was found guilty right here at trial. And then now we're here at post-trial motions. Post-trial motions. So we're here. Post-trial motions on this screen. If the defendant is convicted, there are several motions that can be filed after the trial is over. Common post-trial motions include motion for a new trial. The court can vacate the judgment and allow for a new trial. This is rarely granted, but may be done in the interest of justice so requires. Bullet point number 2, motion for judgment of acquittal. Court may set aside the jury's verdict and allow the defendant to go free. And bullet point number 3, motion to vacate. Set aside or correct the sentence, often successful for the purpose of correcting a clerical error in the sentence. So these are the post-trial motions, but in this instance, Tory has not been sentenced yet. So we're focused on motion for a new trial, which attorney Matthew Bahama and Jose Baez filed on Tory's behind, or his behalf, excuse me. So with that being said, in which I believe is in the interest of justice based on the 84-page pleadings. Hopefully, Judge David is handling this. The judge who had heard the trial, he's the one that's going to make this decision. Again, everyone, this is not an appeal. This is not an appeal. It's simply post-trial motion. What happens that after that is sentencing. If the judge comes back, Judge David, and grants the post-trial motion, grants it in Tory's favor, as you can see, Tory, as you can see, the judge will allow a new trial, and Tory could possibly go free, even here, although it's not a motion for judgment of acquittal. But Tory can possibly go free, meaning pending trial. That depends on his attorneys, that depends on the prosecutors, that depends on the judges. Everybody have to come together, and agree or whatever. So sometimes that happens. And in other instances too, if the judge grants it a new trial, then Tory may have to sit. And sometimes that happens too. But as is stated here, and this is the state of California, to my understanding, based off of what I've been hearing chatter, that California is a different ballpark. So I don't know, but it seems promising. Hopefully, Matthew Bahama, Jose Baez moves the needle, because it just seems like David Kenner was really moving the needle, was really getting a lot of things done on these post-trial motions, and I'll call them actions because they are actions being brought before the court before sentencing. So there you have it with that. I'm not sure what's going to happen on Monday, April 17th, sentencing, hence post-trial motions, but my predictions, my legal predictions, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I hope this made sense to you all. We're here, post-trial motions. We're here at this stage. It's a step process, as you can see. And then sentencing is after, because if Judge David denies this post-trial motion, then sentencing will proceed. I don't know what the judge may sentence Mr. Daystar Peterson, which is his government name, aka Tory Lanez. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I hope this makes sense to everyone. I try to be as thorough as possible and provide transparency and accuracy in terms of the legal information to coincide with the case and what's happening in the post-trial motions and actions in the Daystar Peterson, aka Tory Lanez case. So, okay, back to Monday. Monday, April 17th, sentencing and possible decision. My prediction. These are my predictions. 1, Tory's attorneys to present new evidence or information to Judge David to add to the already filed motion, the 84 pages. I don't know what they're going to present. I have absolutely no idea what they are going to present to Judge David, hence to the court. So this is going to be interesting. 2, Judge David may sentence Tory Monday. May. That's a strong may. Things can change. Remember, the sentencing keeps getting pushed back. This is a court of law. This is chess, not checkers. And as long as Tory is paying his attorneys, things could continue to get pushed back, pushed back, pushed back. His attorneys seems like they're combing through everything thoroughly. They're going over everything that happened at trial, everything. So it's like piecing together a puzzle to fit what makes sense to argue legally that this is a miscarriage of justice on their client's behalf. So he's paying them to do their job. And thus far, in my opinion, I don't care how many times they postpone it. Tory's paying his attorneys. If they have to keep asking the courts to postpone the sentence and kissing up to the judge ass to do that, so what? Tory is paying them. They supposed to pull out all the power that you have, all the ass kissing that you have to get him out of jail, and get this conviction overturned, whatever it takes. So although we, the public, is probably getting frustrated and are so antsy and just impatient, hey, this is Tory Lanez's life. So if they got to keep pushing it back to do more investigating and digging, oh well. If they keep asking the courts and the judge keep granting, oh well, he's paying them to do their job, and they're doing it. And they're doing it. It's all up to the judge to agree to postpone. And Tory's paying his attorneys. So in a legal community, let me just drop this nugget on you guys. I hope you all know, they all know each other. The prosecutors, Tory's attorneys, the judge, all of them, even if it was a public defender involved, all of them know each other. They all probably done went to law school or know somebody that went to law school. They're all part of the American Bar Association. They are colleagues. So, hey, that's how it works. Ask me, do I understand why it works like this? When I ended up taking legal classes and just being in this industry for about 20 years and seeing how things work, I don't think it's right that they all know each other. To me, in my opinion, it's like a conflict of interest. But hey, that's neither here nor there. They all go to probably the same cocktail parties, what country clubs, all of that. They're mostly all a part of the same bar association. You have the American Bar Association. You guys look at the matrix, the hierarchy of you got the Department of Justice. They are the highest court, what they call it, I forgot what they call it in my legal classes, but they presented that to us on a whiteboard screen, the hierarchy, how it goes up to the president. And then you have the Department of Justice, then you have the courts, the appeals. It's a hierarchy. So they all know each other. Oh my gosh. Even if they don't personally know each other, they all playing on the same team. Nevertheless, I digress. So number one, like I stated, his attorneys these are my legal predictions. New information in hopes of convincing the judge, hence the courts, to grant the motion for a new trial. The Judge David, may sentence Tory on Monday, April 17th. May, that's a strong May. Number 3, Judge David may rule on the motion for a new trial on Monday. He may, even with the new evidence. It's a strong May. And this is, I'm giving these predictions based off of my experience and education with how this legal process goes. And this is for any, when it comes to criminal cases. If you go back to my R. Kelly videos, it's the same process. You go back to Bill Cosby, go follow the Bill Cosby case, the same process. You know, and I think I have number 4. Number 4, number 4. If Judge David denies the motion on Monday, then Tory Lanez will likely be sentenced possibly on Monday. So, and then 2, if Judge David grants the motion for a new trial, that's number 5, Tory may strong may go free pending a new trial. That's how that goes. Or he may remain in jail pending a new trial if it's granted. And then also, and this is not even a bullet point or a number point, it will be up to the prosecutors to say, okay, you know what, since the judge granted a motion for a new trial, do we want to go through this again? Do we want to send the victim through this again, the alleged victim through this again? So this is going to be interesting. I hope that Jose Baez, and because I know Matthew Bahama, based on his background and experience, he's very passionate when it comes to miscarriage of justice. He's, to me, as I stated before in previous videos, when I did a breakdown on Matthew Bahama, and go to his website, look at some of the YouTube videos, testimonials of people that hired him, and you know, research for yourself. He, in my opinion, is the blueprint, the architect. He, in terms of finding the legal issues, the technicalities that the prosecutors may have acted improperly or unethically against the said defendant. So, and if that happened or happens, that's an ethical issue. And then, yes, a new trial should be granted. Or, yes, depending on what type, and I'm just speaking in general now. And yes, the case should be thrown out. And yes, the sentence should be reduced. So, Matthew Bahama is notorious for that. He's the young cat. He's the young cat. He's the architect of it, to me, in my opinion, searching for those legal issues or those mishaps, whether it be ethical, unethical, intentionally or unintentionally. Because even if the prosecutors did something unethical, unintentionally, it's still unethical, and that's not right. And if they did something unethical intentionally, that is huge, and that's absolutely not correct, not right, and they should be in trouble for that with the bar association if it's intentional unethically, you know. But nevertheless, like, share, subscribe to the mix. Like, share, subscribe. We shall see. April 17th, Monday, 2003. Again, I'm not sure what's going to happen, but these were my legal predictions for Monday, April 17th. Mr. Daystar Peterson, aka Tory Lanez, won Tory's attorneys to possibly present new evidence and information to the judge, Judge David, to add to the already filed motion. 2, Judge David may sentence Tory on Monday, and that's a strong may. 3, Judge David may rule on the motion for a new trial on Monday. And if he grants the motion for a new trial, there won't be any sentencing. Sentencing won't happen. 4, if Judge David grants the motion for a new trial, Mr. Tory Lanez could possibly go free. He could possibly go free. That depends on what his attorneys request. I'm sure they're going to request that. If I were them, I would. And it depends on if the judge would grant that their request. And also it depends on what information is being presented to the judge, hence the court, about the motion for a new trial, especially if it's something unethical. The judge probably like, let this man go free. And then number 5, Mr. Tory Lanez can, if the motion for a new trial is granted, he could possibly remain in jail pending that, pending a new trial, meaning, you know, if the prosecutors decide to go ahead and go through with the whole new trial, then Tory Lanez will have to possibly sit in jail pending a new trial. But we shall see. We shall see. Again, I have no dog in this fight. I am Team Tory. I've made that very clear. I do believe this is a miscarriage of justice. It's not just because I like Tory, but I just do believe this is a miscarriage of justice. Just as I said with Bill Cosby, and I'm not I wasn't even like a fan or a supporter of Bill Cosby, but as a black man, and I have black kids, black boys, so I recognize bullshit when I see it, you know, in terms of legal wise, miscarriage of justice wise. So yes, I do believe this is a great miscarriage of justice, and umbrellas up, umbrellas up. Free Tory Lanez. I hope that everything goes in his favor. whatever Matthew Bahama and Jose Baez have in their arsenal under their belt. I hope it's super strong where the judge has no choice but to act in the interest of justice. And remember what I showed you all from the Department of Justice website in regards to miscarriage of justice, what that consists of, acting in the interest of justice. That's why this motion for a new trial is filed. They say, and this is part of the legal reviews data. Normally, it's not granted a motion for a new trial. That's highly unlikely. Have there been cases there that it is granted in a post-trial motion? Absolutely, but it's not a high chance that it is granted. So I hope you all understand that. Like, share, subscribe to the mix. Also drop a comment. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? I hope this is making sense to you all. I have a legal background. I am strong and passionate. I'm passionate about this, and I enjoy it. I do. I really do. And if you are interested in donating to my channel for content enhancement creations, go ahead and zelle your girl at tplegal30@gmail.com, or you can cash at me at $ capital T HEMIXX30. Like, share, subscribe to the mix. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. I will talk to you all soon. Bye.